Hello everybody, how's it here beginning of the video, and today I'm bringing you some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, but today, surprisingly enough, we're going to be talking about World War II. Now, World War II, there's a few things that I really want to talk about, and in this video what we're going to be talking about is my Call of Duty World War II wish list, or basically my 2017 wish list. So, let's go ahead, get started, here we go. Alright, so there's a few things that I actually want to do in World War II. I want this game to be as hyped as I am already for this game. Like, I am extremely hyped for this game already, and I really hope that it lives up to the hype. And I really think it will if it has some of these things in it. It doesn't have to have all of them, but some of these things. So we already have boots on the ground, so that's not going to be part of my wish list. But what I really hope it has is I hope it has a really good codcaster, maybe a form of theater. The theater is actually not that big of a deal to me, but I would like to have it just because it helps on the overall gameplay. You can go back at things, look at things, how they happen, stuff like that, and you can also see and learn spawns a lot easier. Also, on top of that, they're also good for creating content for YouTube, so I mean, it helps me too. Now, other than that, I would really like to not have variants of any of the guns, because Sledgehammer, the last time they had a Call of Duty was Advanced Warfare. That's when they introduced supply drops for the first time in Call of Duty history, and then they also added variants of guns, which just makes the game completely inconsistent when you're playing public matches, and it's just terrible. But another thing that I want out of this is a sort of league play. So I think the best game that's done it so far yet was Black Ops 2 league play. It was amazing. It adds competition to the game, and from what I can tell, most of the people that play Call of Duty still to this day love competition. A lot of the casual players kind of stopped, and it's more of a competitive scene now. So I mean, I understand Call of Duty wants to play towards the casual player who can get on once a week and play, but we need to think about all these people that get on religiously, that play for 8 hours a day, trying to be the best that they can be. I think they need to add a ranking system where you play with ranked players in that same rank, and then when you move up, you switch to the higher rank. I think this would completely change the game and make it one of them games where you just want to hop on and play with your buddies every day. Now, on top of the ranked system and not having weapon variants, to keep the game balanced, I kind of want to see a variety of guns. Not that each gun has to be completely different than the other one, because it's a World War II game. You're not going to have the biggest artillery of weapons that you can see, because to be honest, the game that should have had the most weapons out of the last few Call of Duty should be Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and Infinite Warfare, because it's futuristic. You're supposed to have tons of stuff. You can go any of the guns in the past, make up completely different laser guns. Infinite Warfare should have had like 300 guns. They didn't have that many. They should have had like 300. The more guns that you have, it just adds different things to it. I'm not saying that you have to go towards this camo that you gotta unlock, but give us a little bit of a feel of different weapons, because if you use one gun for a long time, you get bored of using the gun. And I don't know how many of y'all have noticed that, but I've noticed it with a few guns. Like, for instance, the P90 on Modern Warfare Remastered. I used to use it all the time, and I got really bored of it, so I switched to the AK-74U. Well, guess what? Here recently, I've gotten bored of that gun too, so I switched to the M4, and I've been using nothing but assault rifles. And I've been bored of the M16 for a long time now, so I've been mainly using the M4s. Now, this gameplay is old, so that's why I'm using the AK-74U, but I really don't use it that much anymore. Also, with the guns, I really do not want to see any vehicles. I don't want to see tanks, UTVs, ATVs, anything like that, because I think no matter how big the maps are, it's going to change up the entire play style. I don't think you should be able to do that. I think you should just get closer spawns, depending on, like, maybe at first you spawn off at 2 really far distances from each other, run and then you start spawning closer up to that battlefield. But I really don't think the map should be like a battlefield size map. So I don't really know if I like the 48 players yet. Maybe we try 32 first, and then later on increase them or have a ground war of 48, something like that. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one because there's a lot of talk going on in the air right now. Alright, and then another thing that I think they should have, I really do think they should keep supply drops. But the thing is, they should keep them to where the only changes being made to weapons are camos and cosmetic changes. Now, I know that it's a little bit more difficult because of some of the regulations and rules that happen with console play. But I think we should have, kind of like the Steam website has the store for CSGO skins, stuff like that, where you can buy skins off CSGO. I think we need to set up a system kind of like that. Because then not only does this make it more valuable for us as players to get a camo out of a crate, it also then adds value to our overall profile. Like, if I have a camo that only 1 out of 100 people have, and I really do not like it, but all kinds of other people like it, like, why can't I get rid of the camo, you know what I'm saying, without getting XP? Like, we've had this kind of version of it right now where it's been, you've been being able to redeem it for salvage points, which the salvage points idea, in my opinion, is stupid. It takes way too long to get anything, and you literally have to use supply drops to get them, so it's kind of stupid. But if you could put money on it instead, because I know a lot of people don't like waiting around playing, grinding out the game to get stuff, but we don't want to make it pay to win. So how about you make it pay to look good, I guess, pay for the cosmetic, and then they might look like they're worth $3,000, but they play like trash. Like, you shouldn't be able to. That kind of goes up to my next point. Pay to win things need to stop right now. For DLCs, you need to have a lot of weapons at the beginning, but don't add any more in for the DLCs, because some people can't buy the DLCs. Some people can't afford the DLCs. Some people, they'll get the game, and that's it. That's the only thing they'll get. Me personally, I get the season pass at the beginning just because I like the new maps. I like having everything, and I think it's a better deal if you buy it whenever you go to pre-order. So that's why I get it. I don't care about the weapon. I mainly care about the maps. So, in this very rarely you'll see me using these DLC weapons. And that's because I really think they're pay to win. I really do not like them. Because who's going to put in a gun into a DLC and make it worse than any other gun in the game? That would be so stupid, because then you pay, some people just paying for this gun are going to get the most trash gun in the game. That just doesn't make sense. So, you already know this gun's going to be a little bit better, or it's probably going to be one of the best guns you can get. Like the LAR in this game, the new assault rifle. This thing actually, like, absolutely melts. It's ridiculous how fast it kills people. But overall, I think if they follow some of these steps that I'm saying, that this next Call of Duty could probably be one of the better ones we've had in a long time, because a lot of the people that are playing Call of Duty now have not seen what it's like to be in that World at War basis, which, let me tell you, if you ever played the original World at War or any of the Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3, those games made you feel like it for the time period. And now that we have these buffed up graphics and everything is just coming together, we're allowed to do more with games. This game is going to be crazy. It has the potential to be one of the better Call of Duties we've ever had. And it's going to be tough to beat Black Ops 2. But I think if anyone can do it, it'll be Sledgehammer. Because Advanced Warfare, I hated all the ideas that they had in the game. I hated the variants. I hated the exosuits. But yet, I loved playing that game. I could hop on and have fun every day. Because they even had a ranked play. It wasn't the best ranked play, but they had one. And I mean, it could use work, and they did show attention to it. And also, on top of that, look how many cosmetic and appearance-changing things you could get out of supply drops. I mean, for a while, I was running around with a clown head on. Like, it was just fun to do. I mean, to make your character customized almost, like, I don't remember seeing two people that looked exactly the same unless they had the full set of gear or something. which at the time, it didn't even look good half the time when you had all the same gear. What you wanted to have is, maybe you wanted to have the royalty gloves, the purple gloves with the clown head on and the Kraken like light blue exosuit. It was awesome. You could do whatever you want. Add customization to the game. Make it feel like we're playing as the person we want to be. So I think that Sledgehammer is going to do a really good job with this game. Hope y'all believe so too. If you all agree with this wish list and see the things I want and don't want, then be sure to drop a like. And if you want to add anything, go ahead and add them in the comments below. I promise you guys I'm going to read through them and we're going to figure out the best wish list that we want. And then maybe I can make a separate video adding on to these things. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you guys for watching. And like I said before, we got until November 3rd. We got this, guys. We can hold out with Infinite Warfare for November 3rd. I mean, I'm already bored as can be, but November 3rd. So, peace out, guys.